Can you say something?
Testing 1, 2, 3.
You can hear her? Yeah. Good, good.
Yeah, that's basically what we are going to do. Testing 1, 2, 3.
Okay, that's it. End of story. Okay,
yeah.
thank you. Have a good day. Okay, you're good. You're a Googler, so you know how this works, right?
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Okay, actually we have some time. We have 6 minutes before it gets started. So, but because just now, if some of you attended my talk just now, there's one last part that I did not talk about Chrome DevTools. Maybe it's useful for you when you are doing web debugging. So I will just share like 1 or 2 tips that may be benefit for you. For those who haven't come yet, it's fine. It's not about the workshop later. So, okay. I'll just, shall we? Okay. Inspect. Okay, so one of the thing is quite annoying here is when during your development, there must be some time that you need to debug this disappearing pop-up. So how would you debugging that? So for example, let's say something wrong with the colors. I want to inspect something inside here. So a logical step that what we will usually do is that we right click and then inspect, correct? Yeah. So when you inspect, the pop-up gone. Every time when you leave it, it's actually gone. So you are not able to like inspect this and freeze. What you want to do is that you want to freeze this screen and then debug, inspect the element. But with this, we are not able to do. So the next thing, usually I will try, maybe you as well, is maybe this is because of the Hover effect. We use Hover. And I might go to Chrome DevTools, and in this thing here, I would say that, okay, let me just choose this element and I toggle the Hover. Doesn't show up. I try focus. No, I take everything. Okay, just see, but nothing going to show up. This is because this disappearing element is not depend on the element state, the pseudo state like active, hover, or anything. It is because it is depends on document.hasFocus. So the so if you go to like if you go to DevTools, I use this eyes. I try to inspect the document.hasFocus. You will see that now when I'm out, when I'm in DevTools, the document hasFocus is false. But when I come back here to the page, the document hasFocus is true. So so what we want to do is that to make this always true, even when you toggle in DevTools. So one of the things that is quite useful here is that there is a hidden function here. If you press escape and then you open the 3-dot menu down here, and then you open rendering tab, you scroll here down here, there's a feature called emulate a focus page. So if you turn on this, DevTools will try to always set the document.hasFocus is true, so that whatever thing that's get hidden, it will always shows. Then in this case, you can just inspect it and it won't hide again until you like go out of the pop-up. So this is very useful when you are debugging like disappearing element. But you know, this thing, it has been there for 10 years, but maybe some of you, a lot of you might not know, like even me, when I found out that, was like, what's such a useful thing you put in here? So recently, what I did is that in the next DevTool release, what you can get here is that we put it out here. So you can just, so it's in your workflow when you're trying, you can just toggle it here instead of go to the other side. So just come here, hover, and then do this here. Then it's done. So a fun fact is that actually, I personally try to enable this by default because disappearing element is what we always did, right? So I was like, oh, maybe I just try to enable by default for all the developers. and then this work wherever we turn on the DevTools. But we cannot, because this apparently, this emulate a focus page is not just impacting the document that has focus, it's also impact the page state. So for example, if your page have some service that depends on the page visibility when you open a new tab, and then when this tab go to the background, and there's an API, page visibility API, when you detect the page go to background, you want to reduce the network request flow and do something on the background, you use that API. So if I turn on this by default, I will impact the developers who test the other one. So this have to be a manual thing that if you need, you toggle it on to debug your use case, and you toggle it off, or just keep it on if you do not have some background service. Okay, so this is a good to know. That's not related to our workshop starting now. Okay, good. Okay, is that a good tips? Good. Okay. Yes. Okay. So for the guide to learn Chrome DevTools, actually I have a list of so there's this. I can give you the link later, but basically it's goo.girl/dev2-tips. So if you go to like this URL here, you can get a list of different things that you want to cover. There's an upcoming video later this month. I will just give an overview, like introduction of Chrome DevTools overall in 5 minutes, but it's going to come out end of this month, last Thursday. I forgot which day. Yeah, so you can subscribe to the Chrome for Developers channel to learn like specific in one area, especially if those of you focus on performance. We also like have specific one to drill down to how to do certain things. Yeah, so that, thank you for giving me time to promote it. Okay, so do we close the door or do we keep the door open? Okay, yeah. Oh, okay. So I'm the commander now. Okay, so welcome everyone. So now I'm going to talk about, today we are going to do a workshop about automate user flow in Chrome and beyond. For those who doesn't attend the session just now, my name is Jecelyn. I'm the dev rel in Chrome. So my team focus on debugging and testing. So just now, like for example, Chrome DevTools is for debugging. It's a debugging tool that a lot of us use. But Puppeteer also fall under our team in Google, in Chrome. Also like browser automations, like Chrome driver, like WebDriver BiDi. These are some of the projects that we are currently having now. So if you are using any of these and you have feedback, you can let me know. Especially those things that you feel like, I want DevTools to fix, or something that Puppeteer you want to improve it, let me know. Yeah. Okay. So today we will cover this 4 session, this 4 part. The first 20 minutes we will talk about recorder part number 1, which I will give you an overview of the recorder panel and how to get started. The second part is you need to do activities, and through that you will learn like different automation scenario and some export options in the recorder panel. And then we will move into something more advanced to use Puppeteer to customize and extend the user flow for more complex needs. Another 20 minutes. And the last 20 minutes is you to try to create a CI/CD, a continuous deployment workflow, to try to integrate what we learned, the workflow, integrate it with GitHub Actions or Google Cloud or Source Lab to automate it on the cloud or somewhere else. Yeah. Okay. So this workshop is a two-way thing. So I of course I will share some knowledge with you, but I want to learn from you as well, because the features that I'm going to talk about is something that we are still on active development. So your feedback actually will be directly taken to improve the product. So what we do here that you can copy down this link bit.ly/jack.notes. Keep it open. You can write some notes there, or if there's anything that I want you to copy, I will paste in this notes as well. So basically it's a Google Doc. So there's a scribble garden for you to like scribble anything in. But if there's anything that you have questions or anything that you're shy to ask, you can just dump the questions here. I will come here and check once in a while. Yeah. So bit.ly/jack-notes. Oh, all right. So part number 1, do I have a mic or do I need to like this all the time? Anyone from the team? Just now when you have the workshop, do you do this or do you have a mic? Ah, no wonder just now they say I'm a Googler. I should know. Yes. Okay. Okay. Still clear. Okay. So to introduce about like what we are going to talk, just a brief overview. Testing is generally a pain, especially when you need to write end-to-end, develop end-to-end testing. And when you want to automate your user flow to test the user flow, like a lot of tools tell you that it's easy to do at the beginning, but when you start maintaining it and you need to start like updating each of the step, there is like a whole lot of the other words, because you need to learn how to automate, how to set up the testing environment, which framework to choose, and a lot more stuff behind the scene. So one of the things is that our team is thinking that can we help you to save some time in maybe manual testing if you are not going towards test automation yet. Slowly, can we help you to save some time in manual testing and then bring you slowly towards the for test automation. So that's why we have this recorder built in DevTools, which you can use to record, replay, and measure user flow. This recorder panel is still in developer preview, which that's why you can see that there's an experimental icon there. So if you to open the recorder, it's quite easy, but it's also not so obvious. So first you need to click on the 3-dot menu, and then you can go to either step. You can click on more tools and then open the recorder. Once you open it, you can see this page. So for example, maybe from the start, everyone's try to open it now. If you have the laptop, this supposed to be the page you see. Good. Yes. Okay. So from the page, it tell you like clearly like what you want to do in step number 1 to record, step number 2 to replay, and step 3 to generate a details performance trace if you want to create a recording. Okay. So let's straight away jump to exercise 1. So for this one, I tried to what I want to do with this exercise is that I give you the step, like you go to this page. So what you need to automate is that using the recorder panel, try to perform step number 1 to number 5. I will give about 10 minutes here. So once you have done with it, I will walk you through like how to create it. Sounds good? Okay, you can work in a team. Doesn't need to like work alone as well. You can work in a team. For those who doesn't have, just work with the one beside you and point here, click here. Just tell. Yeah. So let's start with exercise A. Yeah. Once you're done with exercise A, there is some notes here which you can play around. I will share the slide in the notes just now. So once you're done, you can go to the other one before I do the explanation. Okay, let's do 10 minutes start now. Raise your hand when you have questions, then I will go to you as well to see on your laptop if anything you have questions. Okay. the end result of this is that you're supposed to be able to replay this step. After you record, you should be able to replay this step over and over and over and over again. Do I have the slide? Yeah, if you want to open the slide is here. This is the slide, so you can follow the step outline here. It's the same as I show on the screen here. Too easy, right? Yeah. You can try to, okay, then you can, if you finish, you can go to yes. Yep. Try this drop down.
I have something.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. Yeah.
Who does not want sticker?
It's okay. Thank you.
I already picked 6.
Actually, you don't need to go back to the page. Oh, okay. Where is the recorder now? Yeah. Yeah. Done?
I took all the red ones.
So, is it okay? Yeah.
I think so, yes. No, I'm just looking how many people are asking.
Is it okay? Yes.
Yeah, one.
Good.
I can see your face.
Okay. So let me do like can I do? Yeah. Spiros.
Yes.
Can you help us? You cannot connect to the internet.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay, we'll help you.
Okay, who has issues with Wi-Fi?
Yes.
They connect to the
I connected it totally.
connect. Connect to the other one.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
No, you doesn't need to use. So when you if you try to go to maybe GitHub or another page or just open totally another page, I try to play it. Yeah. But when you start recording, it's better for you to be on the page that you want to record. Yes. It is so fast, but there's a way for you to slow it down. Yeah. Yeah. The next step. Okay. So, did you open the notes that I? Yeah. In the notes, there's a second thing that. Yeah. So you can slow it down. Okay. Yeah. That's okay. Okay. I see. Like almost all of you have done. Well done. Let me check on my timer. You still left 5 minutes and 12 seconds, but good. Okay. So I think I can quickly go through the step here. So if in case you have any questions, and I see like some of you okay. So for example, so the first thing before I talk about the recorder, you know, in DevTools, all these tabs, you can actually move them. So for the tab that you think you want to use more frequent, what you need to do, like for example, like if you go to others tab, the recorder tab is missing because it's hide under here. So if you think that these are the tab that you're going to use it frequently, you can drag it to the front. Or if you do not want it to be here, you can double click it and move it to the bottom. I mean, if you want to, you doesn't need to, but if you can move them around. Okay. So now, since we are on this page, so what I will do is, what do I say we need to do? Add a cappuccino, go to the card menu, so I can create a recording. You can give the recording any name or just using this name, that is fine. You don't need to change anything now. Click on start recording, and then you click on the cappuccino, go to the card menu, press the plus button to +1, and then clicks on the X button to remove all, and then stop it. Okay, so let's replay it now. It replayed successfully, so that's great. So just now, like some of you realize that, oh wow, the replay speed is so fast. How do I see that in action? So there's a few ways for you to see that in action. One is that in the drop down, you can change to slow, very slow, and extremely slow, so that you can see the speed. We don't provide you a scale to let you like 10%, 20%, 30%. No, we just give you like a description on this. And another good thing is that actually you can replay it step by step if you want. Remember, in your JavaScript code, you can set a breakpoint. It's the same here. You can set a breakpoint. So if you hover to this dot, there is actually like this thing. So you can set a breakpoint, one or multiple breakpoint throughout the workflow. So when you start, you click like replay, it will stop at where you set the breakpoint. And then from here, you can either continue to play everything, or you execute one step at a time. So you can click on here, go to one step, another step, third step. So you can like look into the step and see the screen in action. So this way, when you record and replay, you can control and really see what happened in each of the steps. Okay? So this is replay by the step. And then another thing is that once you do the recording, you can actually change the name anytime here. Like I can change here to like order coffee. You can do that. And here we will also show you the replay setting. Like in the network, so if you open toggle this one, the network is like toggle slow 3G, fast 3G, you can do that. And then like this timeout is like some of the step. By default, we will have 5,000 milliseconds, which means about 5 seconds, to wait for your step to execute. So if you apply this setting applies to each of the steps. So you can override that. You say that you know that your API might be slower, you want to wait longer, you can change that to 10,000, for example. So you can do that. And not only that, this is for like global setting. If you want to do it just for specifically on one step, you can toggle open the step. From here, you can change, you can say like add timeout. To add timeout for this specific step, if it take longer, change it to like 15,000, for example. So it's quite flexible that you can change setting for like globally, or you can change setting for one of the steps. Okay. Cool. So there are a few things here where you can explore when you are doing the exercise number 2. There are you can explore like to try to find where can you see the recording, the list, how do you delete and export and import. And the step details, just now I tried to expand it, show you the details, but there are more which you can try to click around and see what other things that you can do. And there's a shortcut function and also keyboard shortcuts that you can use. Okay, let's proceed to exercise B. The same thing, I will give you 10 minutes to finish this step. Try to do, now this step is to try to export it and try to import it and try to like do some changes around it. So Start now.
I have more stickers.
You just go around. Yeah. By the way, just raise your hand if you have questions, then I will come to you. Okay. Oh, I think maybe you need to stop it. Because when we are doing that, we don't allow. Yeah. Yes. Okay. No worries. Yes. This one. So you go to push it. This one is that. Yeah. Yes. Good. Yeah. Yes. Good. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Is it easy to find? Like, clicking the button by the wall? Yeah. It's something that, yeah, it was decided because we think that with something, yeah. Okay, yeah. Yeah. There are quite a lot of them. So the list comes when you empty. Yeah. But I think that's true. But we couldn't leave it empty as well. You couldn't know what would happen. Yeah. Going to just wait for the second.
All of them are.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks. Yes. Yes. Is this? Yes, is that there is normal because your if I don't choose. Yeah. Yes. Because that is like a standard thing, so that wherever anything comes from the browser, it should show you something about it. So it's like we can just like pop up and show as well, so that you can control it. Yeah, but I know. Yeah. That's how you yeah. Okay, I will add those. Yeah. Yeah. No worries, no worries. I think these are good feedback. Oh, it's not that you actually it's not that you can't continue. It's because that when you record the thing, when you record your screen, it is different than the size that you replace. Right? It is stopped. So if you do not have it will yeah. So it's a UX bug that we should fix it. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Hold. Give me a time. I need to like write down the. Okay. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Okay, 1 minute. Good, everyone? Good? Okay, not good. Come. So you need to like bring this place, then now you yeah, yes. So what's that you want to change the and click on what you can see that you understand. Yes. Yeah. Okay. So what you do that? Doesn't look like it, right? Yeah. So now you should gain there's a list of events, so you can take like click, and then how do you use the selector, what you can see the okay. I will give two more minutes. Yes. Yes.
Change the state.
Okay. So actually, depends on how big of the shape you want. So let's say we want to add another step, and right click and try to make add a step after or add a step before. So you can do that to change it. Yeah. But if you want to keep change, then you might want to export it, edit it, and then import it like so here, like for example, you want these steps to be a click, right? And change it to that. Yeah. 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 So you can change it, depends on how you want to change it. Yeah. Oh yes, yes, correct. So there's a way. Later I will talk about it. So there's a way for you to not refresh the page. Okay. Okay. So let me show you the step on how to do the exercise B. So it will be export the recording from exercise A as a JSON. So now I have this order coffee. What I can do here is I can click this download, and from the download, there are a few options. You see I have a lot more options, but that is for you to explore later. But by default, you can export it to JSON. Puppeteer Replay is another format, and Lighthouse is another format. So let's just talk about JSON first. So if I export it as a JSON, save it to my document, replace it, yeah, then I would delete this recording, doesn't matter. So imagine like in your current work, if there is a bug that you need to reproduce and you create a bug report, they can actually use this one to record the step and attach the step in the bug report, and then you can send to whoever to import this. Of course, not all the time it works, but if let's say there are in some case it doesn't work, I will tell you later. So like order coffee, so I can import it back. Click this import button, import it back, and just replay it, and then you can get back what you have. So this is export and delete and import, and then set the breakpoint at the first step and replay it step by step. We already covered that. And the new thing here is to add a step after the cappuccino to add the mocha to the cart. So this is interesting. So how do you do that? So, okay, so one thing that just now my exercise doesn't mention is that, so when you are using this, let's say this, you are setting a breakpoint and you are in the middle of replaying, if you click on this three dot, you wouldn't have an options to add a new breakpoint because you cannot change your workflow when you are replaying it. So you have to cancel your replay or finish your replay. Then you click on the three dot or right click again, then you have the options to add a step before or add a step after. So here, I will add a step after. Do I say after or before? It doesn't matter. Okay, after the cappuccino. And when you create a step, the first thing it show here is that it will create a step called wait for element. Just now I observed some of the steps, some of you. It is, do you feel like it's obvious that this step can be added? Is it obvious? Okay, good. Thanks for your feedback. Yeah, we will improve it. Yeah, so actually it's editable. So when you hover to it, you see that there's a thing. So, and then when you click on it, you feel like now, because just now I had received another feedback from here. Oh, I don't know what I need to do is wait for element. You did not show me a list. So we did show, if you delete everything from here, we did show you that there you can like go, you can do click, custom step, double click, you can hover, key down, and navigate and do all the other steps. So from here, what I want to do is that I want to do a step of click, and then I want to click on the mocha. So I was like, okay, so to click on the mocha, I need to say somewhere here is a mocha. So if you do not know how to do, another thing that you can do is that you can go to the previous step, expand it, and then you will see that, oh, so I need to fill in all this. Oh, no, I'm not going to do it anymore. Okay, so now, so another you can do is that there's a selector button here. Is that obvious, this button? Oh, okay, at least I got one yes. Okay, there's a lot of no. Yeah, so so this one is like your inspect button, but it do something more. So when you use this, and you select mocha, it will auto filling in all the mocha selector for you. So in this case, we will select 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 of the selector that we will do it for you. Then you don't need to manually type. Then you, if you replay it again, you will see that mocha is still in the, yes. Yeah.
You can try iteratively selector.
Yeah.
Not all of them.
Yeah, okay, so this is a good question. So now that here we show 5 selector, how does that work? So DevTools will try the first selector. If it get the answer, that's it. But if it doesn't, we will try the second, third, fourth, and fifth. So if you want to see the exact code that running behind, right, there is a show code. There's this show code button here. If you click on this show code button, and you hover to, let's say, let me scroll down, and you hover to this click mocha step, you can see that this is the code in JSON, how it's formed. If you want to see that in Puppeteer, because behind the scene, it is actually using something called Puppeteer and Puppeteer Replay. You can switch to another thing, and then you look at it. So this is the code running behind. We use the Puppeteer runner, .run step, and then pass in all the selector. So first, try second, third, fourth, and fifth. Okay, and just now what I did not mention in the beginning is that why is this 5 selector aria and is in this sequence. So remember just now when you create a new recording, go back to this screen, you can customize what are the selector that you want for the recording as well. So by default, we will use all of them: CSS, ARIA, text, XPath, and Pierce. So if you think that, oh, mostly I just use CSS selector, you can uncheck it. So the next time when we record, we will just choose 2 CSS selector, for example. So we won't capture all of it. So you know the best, so you can customize it when you start the recording. Okay, you can try it when you do exercise number 3. Okay. So now we have done the select the mocha, and then we can edit the mocha step and change it to espresso. So the same thing, now just now the click step, we created this. If you want to change it to espresso, do the same. Or you can edit, so although not obvious, but you can edit this to espresso. Okay, or you can use the selector again to click on the espresso. It will update it. So this works for any other step. So if you go to any other step, you can do that as well. Okay. Any question? Yeah.
Setup step. Can we use multiple vectorial attributes?
Multiple selector attribute. This is a good question. You can or you cannot. So this is the thing. So in this selector, for this selector attribute, right? If you click on this question mark here, I have a documentation here to show you. So I have a video here as well if you want to watch. Okay, scroll down. Where's my selector? Okay. Okay, selector. So there is a list of selector that DevTools already supported by default. So you don't need to, let me, where is my, yeah, here. So to understand the selector priority, where, okay, so because we recently do some documentation update now, okay, here. So by default, when you start recording for the CSS, the selector, these are the selector attribute that we already support. So you don't need to do anything. You don't need to specify. As long as you use data-test ID, data-qr, data-cy, which is Cypress, we will automatically detect this ID and use that. But if you say that you use something even more interesting, different, so what you can do here is that you can put in your selector attribute here. Maybe you put data-im selector. So this is your selector attribute. So once you put that in, we will always detect that first rather than the other one. Yeah, but the things here is that because we do not know how big is the requirement, we only put in a text field for one selector. So you cannot put in multiple. But let's say you have this one and all the other one that we already support, then yes, yeah. So if you have more than one special one, unfortunately, now you only have one. Do you need more special one? Ah, okay, good. Yeah, okay. So any questions before? Okay, cool. Now exercise C. This is to create and to double click and to right click and to hover and to replay it successfully. Most likely it's not successful. That's why I say you need to fix it. Okay, so now we go through like exercise number C. Same thing, I will give you maybe 10 to 15 minutes and we'll go through that. Yeah, any question, you just raise your hand, I will come to you. All right. Yes. Actually, it's really hard to. We try to record the. No, we do not know how to like when you hover to anything on the page, your action is you are hovering to everything. So we do not know when it's the point at our step. Yeah, we want something to appear public. We also like it's hard to know that unless you hour. So let's say there is a lot of like item which is like exclusive or whatever, you just hour over, but yes, you don't care about it, or when you navigate to the other stuff, just hover it. So if we are adding, we try, but it's like how, yeah, but I don't feel like the current way of adding is not already. Yeah, it is. I hope that there's an easier way to when you record and then you say that this is like how you can maybe press a button or something. How is that? Then we can those steps.
Hard to tell because you like to sleep and then
Yeah.
don't care about it. Okay. Yeah, I understand. This is otherwise probably almost any user like business analyst or the product owner they could use it. Just the hover is gonna block some use case.
Yeah, and how is like a common one. Yeah. Yeah. So we did think about like a little bit of to be what, but then we realized that it's hard
Yeah,
to
it's probably gonna bring some noise.
it's a bit tricky. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, thank you. Oh, you successfully click until the office room. Yeah. Office room. Huh? No, it says there's no but. If you replace successfully until the end is okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, so actually the task that I really want is like
Yeah, if I don't focus, that's just
yes,
yes. So just during the test.
yes. Correct. You need to that's a right click, but to focus on it, you need power probably because you need to power over it. So you need to have a step that you say that you power over this button, and then you show you.
Yeah, so that's
Yeah.
the main points. And
Yes.
how to say how the
Yeah.
okay.
Yes, that is when the next, but can you replay up to that? Okay, so it's one of the next. When it's five, when yes, when it's a yes. So here is that click on the definition of so never mind. Maybe we try to yeah. No, so yeah, so right click on the Americano. Yeah. So but you first before you do this, you need right click on Americano. So you right click on Americano. So before you use up, you need to click on it. Yeah, so the thing is this on one so that is but now you need to right click. So right click is considered as a secondary. So that's so just not show this, right? Yeah. That's not well, that's the yes.
So we added
yes, correct. Yes, yes, and you find yeah. Your whole and like the whole series meaning like if you want what you compare or you just want to add more than one and then put it as a so let me understand already. So for example, like anything that you need to get Yeah, so that's the and then okay, it's not looking around. Yeah, this now is like only simply like this, and then for whatever thing that you take everybody, and then it might accommodation and then edit that and it's different. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, it's not possible yet. Yeah, because we haven't. This is still considered like the advanced case. Yeah.
We have 1 minute left. Okay, so now I'm going to do a demonstration. I think most of you get it already, so I will just show you anyway. So first, we'll create a new recording. Cool. Okay. So if you for example, if you, let's say if I close the recorder panel and I open it, right? The first page that you will see, why is still here? So if you click on here, actually, if you click on this this summary page, there's like 1 recording, 2 recording. You can see it will show you all your flow that you have. Like, let's say now I create a new recording to order Americano. Yeah, I would just use maybe like 1 selector to let you see what's the difference. Okay, so I start the recording. The first step is to do what? Double click on the words Americano. So I double click, I scroll down to the words Americano. I double click the words. And then from here, I will right click on the Americano cup and click yes. So I right click it and I click yes. And then third, I hover over to the daughter, this one. And then what do I do? And then I click an add button. So I click add here. And then I stop the recording. So if I click replay here, the replay will fail. So it will fail at which step? Will fail at the right click step. Okay, so this is the interesting here. There are some steps that the recorder can capture. There are some steps the recorder is not able to capture, which you need to manually do some edit to make it happen. So let's say just now the step here, the double click is successful. So you can see that the translation actually changed. But from here, the right click, the right click is also successful. Let me just replay here. Yeah, okay, cool. And then 1 step, yeah, replay here, successful. And then go to another step, click yes. And then the third one, the last step, is when we click on we try to click on the total, the plus on this total. So the hover step is a step that is a bit tricky, that DevTools are not able to edit automatically for you. So for example, any action here is a hover. We do not know which point should we automatically add a hover action to you in the test script. So that's why we did not. Else it will be a lot of hover action, because anything that you do on the screen, if you record, is a hover action. So we did not do. Yeah. So what you need to do is that in this step, before this step, you need to add a step before, and then, so instead of wait for element, change the step to a hover. And then which are the element that we should hover? We should hover on the total. So we click on that, click on the total, and then we try to replay it again. So from here, go down, successfully add, and then we hover to it. So if you click on the step, we hover successfully, and then we can click it. So the Americano become 2. Yeah. So there are some steps that you need to manually add. So hover is one of the common one. It might just frustrate you that the first time when you have a hover step, it doesn't work. But the truth is that you need to do some addition on it. And there is, if you have some keywords that you are using, like control or enter, actually the recorder will capture that as well. You can see that if you have some recording just now, when you type in some key, DevTools, the recorder will record the keys that you press. So that's possible. Okay.
It's the same for the pop-up?
The same for the pop-up depends on what type of pop-up. This is a good question. So the pop-up just now that we have, this pop-up is detectable because this pop-up is a model pop-up that we are doing. But if the pop-up that you are using is the window pop-up, unfortunately, it doesn't support. It doesn't support any action that you click on the Windows default pop-up. We call that alert. Yeah, that doesn't support. Yeah. Yeah, it support. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, it's just recognized if it's like the pop-up like something like this. Okay, and then now we can look into the clicks. How different are the clicks? So for example, if it's a click, you just have the type called click. But if it's a double click, DevTools will show you the type is double click. So there is a bit of like maybe you think it's inconsistent, but this is consistent with the testing specification. There's a specification for the testing. So click and double click is 2 different type. But if you do like left click, a normal mouse click, and a right click, both of them are considered just click. And then for that to be recognized, that you see that there's a button called secondary. If you did not provide this, it is a primary button, which is a left click. But if you right click and you open the step, you might not see like right click immediately, like from here, because it is still a click with the button properties set to secondary. Yeah, so that is a right click. Cool. And now, exercise D. Create a new recording. Set the selector attribute to data CY. Okay, so before you go through exercise D, I want to show you. Remember just now when I start recording this, I update the selector to just have the CSS selector. So now if you open it, we only show you like one selector instead of multiple one. Yeah. So this one also, we only show you one. Yeah. Okay. So if you want like some fallback, better you select like 2 or more selector. Cool. So now exercise D is to change the selector type, fill in the payment form and submit it, and to observe the steps, selector and payment form input. Okay, so this one, I think we can set it to 10 minutes for you to complete it. in case you finish, right, you can also use the recorder tools to your actual website or any website that you want to test. And then you will have more questions on what works, what doesn't. Yeah. So that's why you step. But this one, it doesn't disappear. It's up here. So then you will need a set. It's shown permanently. Is that the question of this pop-up and the other one? Your question just now is in this. Oh. I don't want to read the random. Oh, the random. Ah, yeah. So yeah. So this one, this pop-up is related. Yeah, but even you turn on or it doesn't turn on, when you perform the step, yeah. Oh, this is so this one I need to ask you. Do you expect it like this? So yeah. So you record from this point onwards and delete the rest. Let's say there is a step here, or you just pen like more step here. Ah, okay. Because also I think that's what Oh, you cannot go back to the so there's no safe like temporary state. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And then, yeah. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Good. Let me also record it now. Yeah. 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 Thank you. Yes.
We discussed about it, we haven't do it yet, but this is something that we actually thought about it because there is another method that we do like for the folder as well that we can do like thing. Yeah, so this is something that we chat about, but it's not the sure moving or not yet. But in this stage we find that it's very yeah. 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 Actually, this one was like this one was what the vision that we built to get people like this and eventually eventually you want to do like a full flash of that. That's what, yeah. So we know like so you know that just now when you click when you go here, you kind of when you play, you kind of like scroll up and go here, right? How do we know to go here is by the offset X and Y so that the code is the selector, but we also use this to sort of measure like which are the if you remove this, it's quite easy. How do you mean like this one like Swiss cover here? Yeah. Okay, so that is where the left two sides. So this is actually a fun. But for that, it's not one time use any time of it was turn back to the correct one. But thank you. Oh, yeah. Okay, good one. Okay.
No, I did not know about the bug. Oh, okay, you add that in the note. Yeah, yes, thank you. Okay. So let's go through exercise D together. So exercise D is about create a new recording. So I will just set this to order CY. Wait, let me just make it a slightly bigger screen. Order CY. Okay, so in this one, we are saying that we set it to data-cy. Okay, and uncheck, only check the CSS selector. So we add the cafe latte. Where's my latte? Oh, shit. Okay, I need to start with a clean. So I need to go to cafe latte, click on it, and then click on the total button, and then start filling in. Click on that and click submit. So then I stop the recording. So observe the step selector. So the replay should be successful. Let's try it. Yeah. And then if you look at here, now that we have a few more actions that previously we did not detect before, like for example, the change action. So what do we change? So change means that it's a keyboard entry. So when there's a change event, we pass in a selector name, the selector name, and then we pass in the value, the test. So means like you are filling in the test. And then if you look at the click, oh, interesting. Just now, I think I select data-cy, right? Okay, so for example, this cafe latte, if you right click, if you right click inspect, so if you inspect on the element, this element, all the coffee element have a property called data-cy, but not all the property have it. So for example, for the total here, we do not have it. We only have data test and all the other label. That's why in here, for the cafe latte step, we can detect data-cy, but for the step that we cannot find the one that you like, we just fall back to data test. Okay? In order to do that. And then the key down is that when I run the tab, so in case you want to change like the control or any tab, there's a key down, and then it shows that I put what are the key that is supported. For in this case, I type tab. I think the one thing that I will take note, we should add like more others tab as a drop down here. Yeah. So basically, like this is what we can detect. Okay, so now is the time that to talk about what are the things that the recorder doesn't support. So I show you like quite a lot of steps that we support, right? But let's say you have a map application. In your map, you will zoom in, zoom out. So your zoom, the zoom action is not supported yet. So unfortunately, if you have a map application, you want to use this, it's not possible because we haven't support the action yet. And the other type of action is drop down. not drop down, it's drag and drop. So you want to drag something and drop to the other one. It's also not yet supported yet. This action is not supported in the recorder yet. And the other type is that to select a file input. So let's say you have a file upload that you need to do. It is also not supported yet in this one. Yeah. So I'm very honest about the limitation now. So yes, but if you think that these are like the blockers, like very important to you, there's this button here. There's this send feedback here where you can also put in your feedback, or you just put it into the notes. We'll go back to the same. Our team will read the feedback to prioritize what to build next. Yeah. Any questions? Oh, just now someone showed me a bug. Do you want to know what is the bug? Okay, so just now remember when we start recording, we say that we want to detect only CSS, right? So when you, let me just create a random step. Okay. So when I use this selector to select any of this, it should respect the choice that you make just now. It doesn't. It will give you all the selector. So in fact, it should supposed to select only one, the CSS selector. Yeah. So it doesn't. We'll get this bug fixed. Okay. Good point. Yeah. Okay. So next, so in summary, in this session, we learned about how to add, edit, and remove the step. We know how to set a longer timeout for the step. We know how to specify the custom selector, to replay the recording at different speed, to control the replay, to set a breakpoint, and to be able to share the user flow. Okay, we only go to part number 1. Now it's part number 2. It's to do some in-page replay and assertions and some extra export option. But no worries, if we did not complete this workshop, like all the material is actually already like in the GitHub repo and like in this slide. So you have this slide, you can also complete the step at home later. Okay, so now this is the challenge that you need to have. So let's say when we write a test, right, what we need to do is that we need to have a verification. We need to have an assertion step in order to verify what we test is correct. Just now, we only automate it run successfully, but we did not test specifically like this amount, is the amount correctly show on the screen, or is the color show correctly on the screen? We did not do that. So for now, we need to do all this verification. You need to automate it. So so these are the 6 scenarios we will try to do. We want to try to verify the cappuccino has 3 ingredients. So for example, different thing have different ingredient, but specifically, we want to verify like the cappuccino have 3 ingredients. And we want to verify that the cappuccino have a milk form, like the style is like high 50%. So like the milk form is like a big chunk of it. And we want to verify the promo banner is visible when they are this. So these are the 6 scenario that we will try to do. Okay. So now let's do this. Yeah. So you can start a recording, and then just record one step, like click on that, and then you do the verification. You can add like an extra step to try to figure out how to verify it. I put in some resource here where you can go to see like some details on how to do the assertion. And yeah, let's start with the first one and the first 2. Verify cappuccino have 3 ingredients and has a milk form which the CSS style height 50%. No, this is not the, this is a wrong alarm. Not so fast. Still have 11 minutes. Yes. Hold on. Hold on.
Yes, it could be that, but I don't know how to respect the children. But children in this case was as well. Yeah, but good. Yes, yours.
I don't think it is.
Yeah. It's maybe it's like this one. And then some.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Windows. Two more minutes. How many of you have done number 1 and 2? Okay, there's one hand. Anyone? Okay, good. Okay. Yeah, you have question. Okay. Yeah, okay. Okay. Let's start. This is also the part that in the previous like workshop that I run. I see some, this is the not so friendly part. Either the tools, it's not too friendly for you to add like assertion, or yeah. So let's talk about the step. The first one, verify cappuccino has 3 ingredients. So usually how would you, so I think like just now for the one who's successfully done, how do you do it? Okay, so there's a couple of ways. So I would just tell me how to do, and I would just add a step after. Is that wait for element? Yeah. And then I select the cappuccino. Yeah. Then? Oh, okay. So I remove. Do you mean I remove like this? Yeah. Then? Oh, you mean in here, right? You add this one. Yeah. Then dot. Oh, div. Okay. Just the div. Okay. Then you add the. Okay. 3. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's replay. Yes, that works. So she has the other way. So tell me your way. Okay. I will add a step after. So this one way to go about it. The second way is, let me choose this one. So
we find the selector, we added the attribute properties.
Okay.
And just rely on JavaScript property by JSON for children.
Yeah. Okay. Wait. Yeah. Children, and then 3.
The length.
Oh, okay.
Subject.
Children.length.
Oh, I didn't try children.length. I don't know.
Oh, you put here length?
Yeah, another object is length.
Oh, okay. Another object. Okay.
No, sorry. Children. A child of children.
Bracket. Children bracket.
Yeah. And length.
Okay, let's replay. Successful. Any others? Okay. You use XPath like how? Like okay, let me just add on step after. Okay. Yeah, I delete everything except the XPath. At the end slash bracket. Yeah. Oh, yeah. This one. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not so good in XPath. Okay. Yeah, so contain something equal to 3. Okay, cool. Okay. Anyone else? Different approach? Yes. Yeah. Okay.
Added the class like with arrow greater than
yeah. So instead of the div, you use dot ingredient. Yeah. Yes, it should work. Actually, the answer that I thought about initially is like dot ingredient, but then apparently like there are more solution come up, which is good. That's what programming is. So we have like more even more like solution to come up with. Yeah. So this works as well. Okay, cool. Any questions on this one? Good. Okay. Second one. Verify the cappuccino has milk form, style, height 50%. Who done it? No? Yeah. Okay. How do you? Yeah. Yes. Hold on. Let me just add a step after first. Cool. Add attribute.
On attribute we set style.
And
then on value we set height.
Yeah. Okay. Is it 50%? That's correct, right? Style equal to 50%. This one, right? One missing character. Oh, this one? Yeah, okay. So okay, let me delete the remove. remove all the one before first, because I'm not sure if they're working. Okay, remove. Okay, cool. So this step, we say height 50%. Let's replay. Do I, oh no, is it?
Yeah, there is a space between the column and the 5.
There's a space between colon and 5, like there should be a space.
Yeah, after the
Column space 5. Okay, let's try again. The selector I think is okay. The style, oh yeah, okay. What selector do you use? Ah, okay. So it's like you change the selector as well to dot ingredient dot milk dot form. Okay, let's copy this. Cool. Right here, remove, and we only use this one. So we use this. Okay, cool. We go to the child. We say is dot ingredient dot milk dot form. The height should be 50%. Should work now. Yes, it works. So it doesn't matter whether you have a space or not. So it's the selector that yeah. So it can be have no space. So here you can see that we can use attribute. Right? Okay, no. Oh, so the space is. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. Oh, because I think it's because like when the style need to be like exactly, because I have a space there, it's just check the text. That's why the space is needed. Okay. Sorry, say again. Yes. Okay. Yeah, so the operator is not for this cases. So for example, just now when we wait for the count is 3, right? So the operator is for the previous scenario, which you can say you want to add an operator is by default is more than or equal to 3. So if you just now you want to say exactly 3 element, 3 ingredient, you just change it to equal. Yeah. For this case, yes, properties works as well. So just now his solution is that he used properties and set to the children the length is equal to 3. But there is another property. Probably you can. Do you use another property? Yeah, that works as well. So another one that as a step. So for the same this one, let's go to here. If we add a property, do you use the same? Do you use this as a selector as well? Okay. Let me just copy this as the selector, delete. And then we add the where is my properties? Ah, yeah, I add already. So which property are you using? Yeah. 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 Let's try it. 50%. Where's my percent? And I need to do this. Okay, let's replay. Yes, it works. Eh? No. Eh? Style. Height. I E E. Sorry, what do I need to do? Good catch. Like this? Ah, okay. Okay. Yeah. Replay. Yes, it's successful. Okay, clap, 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 clap for yourself. Yeah. You see, I even forget how to do it. Yeah, you remember how to do it. Good. Okay. Next one. Yes. Oh, you mean time's up? Oh, okay. Oh, unfortunately, we are having too much of fun. So the time's out now. Okay, so the next one is some exercise is like you have like extension which you can try. So this extension is quite cool. If you I just give me 5 minutes, I will finish it. So you can scroll down to export here. You can just click on this, get extension. It will redirect you to a page with like Cypress, WebDriver IO, and Nightwatch. You can install them, and then you can get all this extension to play around. And if you want to create your own extension or like to customize replay to your own scenario, you can use the Puppeteer replay. There is some other exercise that you can do, which you can extend the recorder. I have articles on that and a video if you want to watch the video. Yeah. So then you can complete the exercise to try to replay it. There's different way to export the JSON, not only to replay it within DevTools itself, you can replay it in Puppeteer and with other tools as well. Okay, so with that, by the way, I'm also a diver. I like diving. These are the photos that I took. Yeah, that's me underwater. So if you want to know what are the best places to dive in Malaysia or Southeast Asia, you can talk to me as well. So yeah, the slide is here. And thank you everyone. Yeah, for the class. Thank you. Yeah. I need to stop the recording first. Yeah.